Hello everyone. So for today, we're going to have another discussion for this video. So let's get started. But in order for us to understand the concepts that we are going to deal with, we need to have a short review on how we are going to add integers. So let's proceed. So add the following integers. So remember our previous discussions about adding integers. So let's have the first one. So 2 plus negative 3. So we have two different signed numbers. Next, number 2, we have negative 14 plus negative 12. So we have two negative numbers. Next, for number 3, we have different signed numbers, 16 plus negative 5. For number 4, we have two negative numbers and one positive number. Then for number 5, we have four uh, numbers. We have two positive and two negative numbers. So let's have the first one. So how are we going to add different sign number? Okay, so if your answer is negative 1, so you are correct. As I recall, in adding different sign numbers, we are just going to subtract, then follow the sign of the bigger number. For number 2, we have two negative numbers, so we are just going to add and follow the sign. So that's negative 26. How about for number 3? This is similar to number 1. The only difference here is the bigger number is positive. So that's the reason why we have positive 11. For number 4, you may add first the two similar numbers or two similar signed numbers. Then you may proceed to another operation for the positive 1. So that's negative 8 plus negative 3 is negative 11, right? So negative 11 plus 2 is equal to negative 9. For number 5, we are going to have, first, if you want to proceed to addition for the positive numbers or negative numbers, you may do so. Okay, but you may also follow the order. So that's 12 plus negative 15 is negative 3. So negative 3 plus negative 21 is negative 24. Okay, and negative 24 plus 8 is equivalent to negative 16. Do you have questions regarding the addition of integers? Okay, none so far. So let's proceed. Okay, so another thing that we need to consider here in our topic is we need to identify the like and unlike terms. Okay, so later we are going to know when are we going to say that we have the like terms and the unlike terms. So this time I'm going to teach you how to add polynomials. Okay, so these are the objectives of the day. So we are going to add polynomials. We're going to explain the steps in adding polynomials. You are going to show willingness to learn through active participation in our Zoom meeting. And the question that we are going to ponder in this lesson is, how useful is the understanding of polynomials in one's life? So what's the reason why why we need to understand polynomials? Okay, so for us to achieve the following objectives, so let's start. So important thing to remember this one. Only like terms can be combined. Remember this, only like terms can be combined. So that is in mathematics. But always remember, if we're going to deal with our lives, so sabi nga, birds of the same feather flocks together. Ibig sabihin, if you have the same attitude or the same characteristics, so you will be into a good relationship or into a good terms with each other. So similar in mathematics, in polynomials, so only like terms can be combined. Okay, so what do like terms means? So what does it mean? First, like terms. So look at this one. So 3x squared, 4x squared. Another one is a squared, b squared, 3a squared, b squared, negative 12a squared, b squared. So looking at the examples, so how are you going to define like terms? So you're correct if you're going to tell me that if we have like terms, so our variable are the same or our variables are the same and also they have the same exponents. Correct. So unlike terms, 3x squared, x for x cubed, ab squared, 3a squared b, negative 12a squared b squared. So from the word itself, unlike terms, so they do not have the same terms. They have the same variable or variables, but okay, their exponents are not the same. So that's the reason like terms are monomials that have the same variables raised to the same exponent. So that's the mathematical definition of like terms. So monomial with the same variable are raised to the same exponent. So let's have the following examples. So we're going to identify if this is a like terms or not. So 3xy, negative 6xy, 1 half xy, negative 0.6xy. What do you think? Like or unlike? So this is a like term. Okay, so you are correct. Next, how about the next one? X, y, 15, x squared, negative 7. If you're going to look at the given, so do you think this is like or unlike? The correct answer is unlike. If your answer is unlike, then you are correct. So unlike. Next, how about this? 3/8 bm, 3 bm, 4 squared bm, and 3.3 mb. Do you think this is like or unlike? So this is like terms, or these are like terms. So what's the reason? Though we have MB there and the others are BM, so they have the same variable, but the order is not the same. It is okay. Okay, that's okay. So for this one, we have the like term. So you are correct. Next, 7/8 c squared d, 2cd squared, negative 3c squared d, and 3d squared c. What do you think is the answer? Like or unlike? So if your answer is unlike, so that's correct. Clear? You know already how to determine if the terms are like terms or not? Okay. So these are the important things to remember. So methods in adding polynomials. So how are we going to add polynomials? So there are two methods. First is the horizontal method and the second one is the vertical method. So just always remember in adding polynomials, only like terms can be combined. So in combining like terms, add only the numerical coefficient and copy the same literal coefficients. Again, what we are going to do in combining like terms is we're just going to add numerical coefficient and copy the literal coefficient. So again, what's the difference between the numerical coefficient and the literal coefficient? So in the word, or if we're going to look at the word, so we are going to have numerical, so the numbers. And for literal coefficient, so these are the variables or the letters. Okay? Okay, next. Next one is, let's try using the horizontal method. So in using the horizontal method, so we are going to have C8 or 6/8 minus 8 plus 8a plus 5. So what are the terms that we can combine? So we are going to look at the variable. So we have the same, or we have a variables. So we can combine 6a and 8a. Okay? And we can also combine the two constant. So meaning we can have the -8 and the 5. So what is 6a plus 14a? So that's that's 8a rather. So 6a plus 8a, the answer is 14a, right? And if we are going to add -8, don't forget the operation, okay, before the constant. So that's -8 plus 5. So that is -3. So the answer for this one, using the horizontal method, is 14a minus 3. Questions? None? Okay, let's proceed. Next, 6a cubed b squared minus 6ab minus 5a cubed b squared minus ab. So what are the terms that can be combined? So meaning we are going to look at the variables. We have a and b, and also we need to look at the exponents. So the answers will be, okay, so we can combine 6a cubed b squared and -5a cubed b squared, and also we can combine -6ab and -ab. So let's perform the operation. So we have 6a cubed b squared minus 5a cubed b squared. So we can copy now a cubed and b squared, then just subtract 6 and 5. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So in mathematics again, we are not going, or it is okay not to include or write 1 in our term. So that is a cubed b squared. Understood that the numerical coefficient of this term is 1. Then how about -6ab minus ab? So the answer there is -7ab. We just add -6 and -1. So the answer is -7. Then just copy the variables a, b. Clear? Questions? None? So let's use now the vertical method. Do we have, or can we get another answers if we are going to use the vertical method? No, the answers must be the same, horizontal or vertical method. But it's up to you what method are you going to use first. So we are going to have 2x squared minus 7x cubed plus 3x plus the quantity of -5x cubed minus 7x minus 8x squared. So in using vertical method, we are going to align. Okay? We're going to align the terms with the same variable and with the same exponents. So we have first -7x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x means, are we going to arrange the polynomial in descending order? Yes. Okay? Para it is easy for us, okay, to add or to perform the operation. Thus, next, negative 5x cubed minus 8x squared minus 7x. Then, let's perform the operation. So, like terms. So, if we are going to have 3x plus negative 7x, so we have negative 4x. 2x squared plus negative 8x squared, so we have negative 6x squared. And negative 7x cubed plus negative 5x cubed, so the answer is negative 12x cubed. So this is now the simplified form of our polynomials. Questions? None? Okay. So let's proceed to the next example. So 5x squared minus xy plus 8y squared plus 2y squared minus 4x squared minus xy. So again, we are going to arrange. So 5x squared minus xy plus 8y squared. Then we're going to have 2y squared. We're going to have negative 4x squared. And we have negative xy. So we're going to add. So again, we're going to start from the left to the right. So 8y squared plus 2y squared is 10y squared. We're just adding the numerical coefficient, then copy the literal coefficients. So negative xy plus negative xy, that is negative 2xy, and 5x squared plus negative 4x squared, the answer is x squared. So the answer for this one is x squared minus 2xy plus 10y squared. Do you have questions? None? Okay, so for our generalization, so what are the important things to remember in adding polynomials? So we need to consider terms or the like terms. Another thing is we need to know or we need to review the process on how we are going to add integers. Then we may also use the methods, okay, in adding polynomials, whether that is a vertical or a horizontal method. Is that clear? Okay, so if you do not have any questions so far, so I think that's all for today, and see you in the next lesson. Thank you.